AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah, this nigga look like a shortstop. Come on, man.
He look like Ray Ordonez.
That's a fact.
He look like Nomar Garcia Parra. Nomar Garcia Parra. Look at him.
He's... Oye, papi, tranquilo. De esa vaina. ¿Qué lo que? AllBall. ¿Qué lo que? Flea. ¿Qué lo que? Dime, monstruo. Yeah. Come on, man. Oh, man. Why y'all playing with me, man? Stream y'all's playing with me. They playing with my buttons. Stream y'all go to hell. Nah.
OG, them shits was like $5. Them shits was like $5 in the corner store. In the corner store, you know the joints that be hanging up? And you could look at them with the reflection in your eyes. Fabian just grabbed them for like a little $3.50.
$6.99, bro.
My man.
We live.
Talk to him, man. Never the little one. Never the little one, y'all.
$6.99, sucker.
Ball suckers.
Come on now.
Y'all know they don't get none of that.
Man, you right. I don't like these little glasses, man.
Now I have, so listen real quick. Now I have where I can see the comments is something that's blocking it that says share your referral link.
Yeah, that's I don't know.
Now I can't see the comments. Lord have mercy.
The hell? Stream your that's one of the comments. They automatically sent it out. New to streaming or level up. They put that in the comments. Oh, StreamYard is StreamYard thinks they slick, man. Yo, 2 somehow is always.
No. I did that to see if I could get that joint over because I can't see the comments. But let's go, baby. Let's go.
Hey man,
playing games.
I'm in a good mood, man. I'm smart. Sandman, don't try to bully me today. I'm telling you, I'm not feeling spicy today. So be nice, because I'm gonna be nice.
I'm never in a good mood.
Yo, Sandman, do what you do, bro. Flea, are you gonna kiss Tom Thibodeau's ass today? I'll ask for him.
Don't address me to nobody ass. Sandman.
Are you going to be glazing Tom Thibodeau once again, Flea? We asked a question.
KNICKS Rehab, y'all.
Y'all know what this is, man. Stop playing with us. Huh?
I'm always tell the truth.
Big Knicks.
Always tell the truth.
Even when I lie. Big Knicks. Big bummage. Go down 115-106 to the Detroit Pistons. That was last night. We in the building. Mikal Bridges, 17 points, 18 for Precious Achiuwa, 25 for Karl Anthony Towns, 12 for Miles McBride. I almost called him Mikal Bridges. Jalen Brunson with 15. Horrible night shooting. 5 of 15 shooting. 5 of 18 for Deuce McBride. 38 minutes in the game. That sounds like a smart plan, Tibbs. 39 minutes for Precious Achiuwa. Yeah, run him to the ground. F it. Asua Thompson, he only had 3 points, but 17 for Tobias Harris, 18 for Jalen Duren, 10 apiece for Beasley and Tim Hardaway Jr. But of course, you know, Cade Cunningham making a run for All-NBA this year will be in a lot of people's mind. Ronald Holland, who got into it with former Knick Dante DiVincenzo. I like that kid. He's a rookie. He plays tough. He plays tough, man. Not talked about. Everybody keeps saying, well, we don't talk about the rookie class. No, y'all don't talk about the rookie class because y'all been hyped up with everybody else. We pay attention. Huh? AllBall. How we feeling about this? What I say, 116-106 loss? We lost by 10? By 9. 115-106 loss to the Detroit Pistons, who are a possible playoff matchup in the first round.
So, first and foremost, big shout out to everybody in the chat. Please, we need y'all to hit that like button. Share, like, subscribe. That's very important. God damn it, hit that like button. I got mixed feelings. Last night was a little aggravating. I think at this point, yesterday it proved that we're not ready to contend for a championship. Even with Brunson and Cat, on the floor, we're still not the better team against a young Detroit team who has a rising superstar. Which I feel, with Cat and Brunson, that should still be enough. I don't understand why we tried to win that game last night. I really don't. At this point, I don't know what Tibbs and the Knicks are doing. From the GM to the owner, I don't know what the game plan is. If the game plan is to win a championship or to get to the finals or to make a deep playoff run, we all know there's one team you have to duck, and that's the Boston Celtics. I've been telling y'all up here forever. There's only one team I fear. I know people are a little nervous and respect to Detroit and what they have done. That turnaround is legendary. To triple, damn near quadruple your wins from last season. Cade Cunningham, number one overall pick, is now showing people why he was the number one overall pick. But I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of Milwaukee, Cleveland, Indiana, none of them. There's one team that I don't think at this point we can compete with, and that's Boston. And I'm trying to figure out why sit out OG, Hart, and Mitch and not sit out Cat and Brunson. We had this talk a while ago, and I think Flea alluded to it, and I disagreed when, I was saying I don't think Brunson needs to come back until the playoffs. Get healthy, get in shape. Last night proved whatever he's doing while he was injured, it wasn't running, it wasn't working out. Maybe sitting on his ass with that podcast and eating. Because at the end of the day, if we are not fully healthy in the playoffs, we won't beat nobody. So last night was weird because, like, okay, the same old Tom Thibodeau, same old Knicks. We up 13. It looked like we was gonna run away with the game. The bench, the guys that usually don't get a lot of playing time was playing well. I love PJ Tucker's energy. I love what he brought to the table. You're going to need that in the playoffs. I don't care what people say. You can laugh at him and do that all you want. But that intensity, that toughness, guys that's not going to back down and kind of, hold the superstars down. When guys try to front on Cat or Brunson, we have an enforcer now. I love that. I don't care if he plays 3 minutes a game in the playoffs. There are going to be situations where you're going to need him to be in the game. So for me, I love, what he brought yesterday, but in Tom Thibodeau's fashion, Sham is having a good game. 2 big threes, play some decent defense. Precious are true a good game. And at a moment that they was playing very well, you take them out the game. So for me, are we trying to get, some guys reps? Or are we still trying to let Cat and Brunson get their numbers and get their time so they can be, I don't know the word I'm looking for, because you have to play a certain amount of games in some minutes to be able to get like all
All
NBAs.
NBA the awards
Thank you, Flea.
to play
So
65 games or more. Yeah.
so is this what we're doing? Is this why Brunson really came back? Because let's be realistic. Him coming back made no difference. He doesn't look good. He looks a little overweight. He looks slower. He doesn't look in shape. So what do you really come back for? And last night I'm watching the game, I'm going, what? In the fourth quarter, every time he had the ball, Flea, he couldn't stay on his feet. Every time I turn around, he's flopping and falling. And I'm going, what if he twists his fucking ankle?
He did it again last night. I don't know if y'all saw that. He did it again last night.
So I didn't see it. So that's my point. When you try to not blame Tibbs, when you try to, and not saying you, Flea, I'm just speaking in general. when people try to not blame him, when we try to say, okay, this ain't about Tibbs. No, you the guy that's making these substitutions. And I feel that Cat Brunson shouldn't have played last night. These games are throwaways. Once again, we have to be strategic. And for me, AB all blurry and out of focus. I'm looking crazy on him.
You was
You
fine.
always looking crazy.
You was fine. You was going in and out, but you was good, right? I thought you was fine, but of course,
Fabian, how we looking? Because talk to me, man.
You will have to reset your modem, so don't even worry about it, man. Keep it. Listen, first of all, if you're gonna pause the show, if there's anything you're gonna pause the show for, what we doing?
Oh,
help.
the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant Miss Tori B is in the building. Please, fellas, speak to the beautiful ladies and be respectful. But yeah, man.
La.
We got Legend Z is in the building.
No, I can't. Okay.
Yeah. Big shout out to everybody in the building. I see my guy Turbo. Big shout out to everybody in the building. I don't want to leave nobody out. But yeah, Fabian, last night, I think now as Knicks fans, as the team, we have to be strategic. I don't just looking like y'all might have to go ahead. Y'all take over. Let me see. Let me
No,
mute you
no,
because
no,
I don't.
don't do that because remember you got to reset the whole thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, so yeah,
You do
so
after the next rehab, next rehab, you will not look like a Minecraft version of all ball. It's all
so
good, big
right.
brother.
So for me, last night, I don't know what Tibbs is doing at this point. I don't understand why Cat and Brunson played with last night being 3 games left, now 2 games. Why risk guys getting injured or guys getting hurt? Let everybody sit out. And my opinion, let's get that 4th seed. Let Indiana get that 3rd seed. They look thirsty to get it. Let's try to duck Boston in the 2nd round. And to me, that's the only way Tibbs can save his coaching career as a Knicks head coach. If he can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, I think they'll bring him back. But if we meet Boston in the 2nd round and get our ass mopped and kicked all around, Tibbs will be fired. So Fleet at this point, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's trying to help Brunson, you know, get all NBA. I don't know what he's doing at this point, but sit everybody out, man. Let's get healthy. Let's not risk guys getting injured, getting hurt. Let Chua and all them other guys, let them have some fun on the court, get some minutes, Kolick, and let's start preparing for the playoffs. Let's start seeing what type of lineups we're gonna be putting out there. Let's talk. Let's work on some game plans because no matter who we play, whether it's Milwaukee or Detroit in the 1st round, it ain't gonna be easy. Because right now, as Fabian be saying, he ain't scared of Milwaukee. Giannis is ramping it up on motherfuckers right now. And then in the 2nd round, if we have to play Cleveland or Boston, that's gonna be still a tough out. So no matter who we play in the 1st or the 2nd round, it's going to be tough. So why not keep guys healthy, get guys rested, let them get some shots up in practice. But let's talk about game plan, lineups, adjustments, and see how we going to get to the finals. So for me, last night, it just shows us that, and I told y'all this, Tibbs doesn't care, bro. Tibbs doesn't care. I think he's mentally checked out. Oh, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant, Miss Darlene Bryant is in the building. Please, fellas, speak to the beautiful ladies. Ain't nothing like some ladies in the building, man. That's what get the party going. Be
Darlene
respectful,
B, what
though.
up, baby?
So yeah, Flea, before I let you cook, you know, me and you made a pact. We ain't arguing and looking crazy over Tom Thibodeau no more. We done with that. I curse everybody out in the chat, but all seriousness, at this point, I understand, the players have to take some accountability, some blame for some things. But right now, Tom Thibodeau is the captain of the ship, and I don't know what he's doing at this point. I think, he's adamant on that 3rd seed. And to me, I think being a 3rd seed can bite us in the you-know-what. Pause. Because if we get out the first round, we're playing Boston in the second round. And we know how that looks. It doesn't look good. So, at this point, is Tom Thibodeau, Flea, I'm going to leave it at this. Is Tom Thibodeau trying to get the third seed on purpose so he can play Boston in the second round and get mopped up
so he could get
so he can
fired.
get fired and sit at home and get free money? That's where I'm going with it. Listen, that's where. Why did Brunson and Cat play 29 minutes last night? Why? Once again, both of them, every time they got the ball, every time Cat goes to the basket, I'm going one hard swipe at that thumb and he's done. Brunson, another ankle, bruh, sit out. So for me, I don't know what we're doing, but I don't understand it. And this is why Knicks rehab, this is why we need rehab. Because last night, watching the game, I'm going, you sit out OG Mitch in Hart, but you play Cat and Brunson. Bro, just sit everybody out. So once again, us thirsty for the third seed, we gonna see what that's gonna get us. So last night, I didn't like how we looked. Once again, up 13, lost the game by double digits. Start the game out in the first half, great. Always in the second half, we lose gas. We look discombobulated. We start complaining to the refs, and the opposing team always in the second half outworks us, out hustles us, out muscles us, does everything they need to do. And next thing you know, you got guys like Dennis Schroeder knocking us out. So Fleet, I don't know who else to blame. But Tom Thibodeau, as games go on and on and on, I'm being honest, it's hard to defend him. I'm sorry. And I agree with you. At times, the players have to take accountability. But
Flea,
it's hard to defend Tom Thibodeau, bro. I'm sorry. When you see a game like last night, where it's like, okay, if we gonna lose, let's lose with the reserves. Let them get some playing time. Because a lot of them guys Flea ain't gonna get the game in the playoffs. So, like I said, rest our guys. Let's work on some strategy. Let's work on some adjustments. Let's see how we're going to go into the playoffs and win these games, because I think it's going to be tough for us, especially the way we've been playing basketball against good teams. It's going to be tough. So last night, Fabian, to answer your question, sorry for that long soliloquy. I just missed y'all, missed the chat. We didn't go on last night, but
We needed that. We needed that.
it's mixed feelings because y'all have every right to be a little nervous about Detroit. And me watching the game last night, of course, OG Hart and Mitchell make a big difference. But y'all both say it, and this is 100% true. And Flea, you gotta have it. We have no answer for Cade Cunningham. None. It's one answer, and that's OG. And are we gonna expect OG to have to guard him for 48 minutes? This is where Tom Thibodeau have to put his defensive thinking cap on. You're gonna have to switch off with Wright Bridges, give that guy some different looks. But once again, fellas, this is where Tom Thibodeau is gonna have to put his coaching hat on. And I told y'all this last week, and Flea, you got the floor. These playoffs is where we're gonna see if Tom Thibodeau was a good head coach. He has an opportunity to shut me up and shut a lot of people up. But so far, he's dropping the ball, Flea. But it's hard to defend him, man. Sorry.
who could keep all ball quiet besides the ladies? Nobody. Tori B with the comment of the night, though. You can feel how all ball feels. But Laturia says, ain't no way anyone on here thinks this was a serious outing when PJ Tucker was out there fighting for his life. Y'all can can think we took this serious at all. PJ, Cam, DeLon, Precious, Shamit together all at the same damn time. Flea, what was your feeling on last night's game overall? Obviously,
Real
we're
quick,
gonna
I'm sorry. I'm the king of cutoffs. Pause. Tori B, I love you. If we wasn't taking this serious, Cat and Brunson wouldn't have played.
thanks, all ball.
You're
We
welcome.
got that clear. Flea, what do you think about what all ball said and your reaction to the game, of course? And Laturia in the comments going crazy. Since we're not gonna argue about Tibbs today, I feel like that's gonna be a lie. But go ahead, Flea.
No, I'm not engaging in any Tom Thibodeau back and forth today because that's pointless. We're the only team that stresses our coach. We're the only team in the NBA. We only fan base that talks about our coach night in and night out and don't talk. I'm talking right now. Kill your facial expressions. We are the only team in the NBA that continuously talks about our head coach anytime we play poorly, and when we do play well, we don't say anything about what he was doing to affect us playing well. So I'm not talking about him right now. You're not gonna get me to talk about him because I don't want to talk about him. I want to talk from a player's perspective. And if y'all want to jump on Tibbs, I'm gonna tell y'all now, and this ain't even to OG, this is to the people in the fucking comments. It's lazy as hell. It's a lazy take. If you don't want to talk the game of basketball and break down what you've seen on the basketball court, I'm tired of people just, it's Tibbs. What are y'all watching on the basketball court? We got to start holding these guys accountable. We don't have a tough team. Our team is soft. We don't show up every night. Nothing about us says that we want to play with any grit, any toughness, any pride. We play a great first half, and then we come back and they beat us both quarters. Outscore us both quarters the second half. So again, if y'all want to spend time on Tibbs, that's weak. I don't want to hear it no more. When we going to start talking about who's playing on the basketball court? Why is Isaiah Stewart locking up Karl Anthony Towns? Why is he making things difficult for him? He should be eating him up. Pause. Isaiah Stewart didn't score a basket last night. Maybe had 1 point. Fouled out the game, but had such a huge impact on the defensive end. Such a huge impact. Like, cut it out, man. Cut it out. You could do the Tips thing. Y'all could do the Tips thing. I'm not doing that no more. I know what I'm watching. Precious was having a great game. Are we gonna like ride that horse to help us win a game against Detroit? Probably not. If you got Cat and Brunson on the floor, like, you can't do that. Brunson is out there. Okay, he's out there. He does not look good, y'all. He don't look good. He doesn't look good. Like OG said, he looks a step slow. He's got to knock off the rust. And when he's in the game, if we're going to start to be honest about how we look as a cohesive unit, we look different. When he was hurt, it allowed guys to elevate themselves a little bit. And, yo, the ball was moving, man. The ball was moving. The ball does not move with Jalen Brunson on the floor. This is not an indictment on him being a player. He's a great player. But in terms of how we look offensively, the ball doesn't move. There's too many possessions that we come down and just everybody flattens out and we watch him go one-on-one. That's not a recipe for success, especially going into the playoffs. That's not going to work. There's nothing about this team all season long that tells me we're going to be successful in the playoffs. We don't have good habits. We don't play for each other. We're not. Cat had a post up at the elbow, and I think Isaiah Stewart was on him. And Schroeder came from behind the weak side and stripped him. Right? Now that shit happens, right? But it doesn't happen if you communicate on the offensive end. Yo, behind you. Speak. We don't even look like we communicate, man. We don't, like, there's a lot of things that have to go all right for this team to even be remotely good. It's 1-2 and then a precipitous drop off to the number 3. We're not as good as Cleveland. We're not as good as Boston. We played such a great first half last night. First half of the game, Miles McBride is 5 for 8. 5 for 8 from the field. Second half, he missed 10 shots. He goes 5 for 18 for the game. Like, this stuff about this team that is grossly inconsistent. Just grossly inconsistent. We got to start being honest with ourselves, man. Phil Jackson's not going to be able to coach this team up to a championship. Pat Riley, Pop, name your favorite coach, Spo, whoever you want. This team right here doesn't have enough toughness for any great coach to come in and say, yo, I'm going to take y'all to the promised land. We don't have it. And I'm done right there. I ain't got much else to say. I'm very, very disappointed. Again, what did I say to y'all? The last time I was this disappointed about a loss was when? We lost to Detroit, right? I came in here, I was like, yo, I'm really disappointed at how we played against Detroit. We show up against them again and shit the bed. We don't play well against good teams. OG's been saying that for forever. Like people could call it a narrative. Oh, we didn't have this guy, that guy. We are 0 and a billion against the top 3 teams in the league. And it's not like we're competitive. I don't care about that moral victory against Boston the other night. We are not competitive. We're not competitive.
And Fleet, real quick, before I know Fabian gonna cook, but real quick, and this is why when we got the 50 wins, I wasn't celebrating.
I respect it.
And people got on me for it. And I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, you know, what is there to celebrate when we don't beat no good teams? Let me say this. This is why last night was important. And it seems like Detroit has our number, right? Confidence is everything. I'm going to give you a scenario. When the New England Patriots had that season where they was having a great season, not undefeated, but having a great season, they was undefeated. They played the Giants the last game. And the Giants lost the game, but it was real close and it was tough. And people tried to make that game out like it wasn't nothing. And you know what happened in the Super Bowl? From that confidence of that last game, and you allowing a team to hang in there with you and see your defense. We beat them in the Super Bowl. We are giving the Detroit Pistons confidence that when they get into the playoffs with us, their mindset is going to say, we could beat these motherfuckers. Confidence is everything. I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to say that because people making it seem like yesterday didn't mean anything when they've been kicking our ass ever since every time we played them.
All season long. What is this magical switch that's going to flip for us that everybody thinks that we have? Y'all think we have another gear to go to after watching 82 games of this? Like, let's start being honest about the team, man. It's nothing wrong with how being honest about what we seen. I don't want, and I told OG this last night, and I was like, you know, I was in the chat, and I was like, hi, y'all still laughing at Detroit. And the first thing OG said was, well, it was missing OG and Hart and Mitch. And I made a little bet with my man. I was like, I bet you when I talk to OG, he's gonna tell me that the 3 guys was out, and that's the first. And I know you was being funny, OG. I know you was just responding to me like, yo, we missing guys. But at the end of the day, with those 3 guys in the lineup, I've seen us play soft too, right? With them 3 guys in the lineup, I've seen us play underwhelming on too many occasions. We don't show up against the team. Like, if we are championship contenders, the teams that we got to show up for, we haven't shown up against them all season long. That's about habits. That's about matchups. That's about, okay, when I see this team in the postseason, I know what worked against them in the regular season. I know what did it. I know what adjustments I got to make. I know how I got to approach this team. We're not even in the same ballpark. Like, let's stop this, man. Let's stop this.
Well, apparently.
Last thing, and it's for you, Fabian. At the end of the day, you wound up being right, brother. You wound up being right.
Don't tell him that. Oh,
I got to, because what I watched last night, OG, Karl Anthony Towns had 15 points in the 4th quarter. Your best player got 15 points in the 4th quarter. You win that game. You win that game. Your best player almost has 20 points in a quarter. You win that game.
Do not do not make this man head pause bigger than what. Please do not do.
Look, all I'm saying
Flea, you see him over there though, right? This is what we about to have to deal with for about 20 minutes. And I'm being honest, I'm blaming you for what's about to happen for the next 15, 20 minutes.
All I'm gonna finish with is this. The toughness, the grit, all of that stuff that we lost by losing a iHeart, by losing a DiVincenzo, by losing a Randall, right? That alone, not the players. Okay, any 3 players that you can name that have toughness and grit. Okay, not specifically them. Just that attitude and what they brought is missing right here. If we could have a healthy mixture of the talent that we currently have and a mixture of us playing with some toughness, some give a fuck. That's what I'm gonna start calling it now. Give a fuck. Because we play like we don't give a fuck. If we had a good mix of that, we would be a damn good team. But we don't have enough toughness to go with the high level talent that we have. So I don't know if he's essentially right, but that's what he's been alluding to all season long.
I'm scared to start talking because I'm gonna get cut off by one of y'all.
Here we go. I'm not gonna cut you off. Go ahead. Lord have mercy.
Hold on. Flea made a bet last night that he won in instant time, right? Like, I bet you AllBall's gonna say such and such. I got to put a side bet down that AllBall's not gonna cut me off in less than 30. So what is he talking about? We did retrieve some exclusive footage of Jalen Brunson post game. He's not looking good, y'all.
I took a sip of my water just now. You wildin'. You wildin'. Why you wild him out like that?
Yo, don't do my guy like that, man.
Why you wild him out?
Y'all feel some type of way. Don't do my guy like that, man.
Oh, man.
I cannot say I told you so. It's not the end of the year yet. Season's not over. I'm waiting for the Tom Thibodeau miracle. I love AllBall's analogy. I thought he was going a different direction with how we could finish the season and be those 08 Giants. But he was looking at the Pistons and saying, no, they're the 08 Giants. Don't give them any confidence when all these teams, the whole world is picking every other team against the Pistons and trying to give them some, marketing or some push to beat the Knicks. And I love that about that game because I didn't think about that when you say, hey, we're going to play Brunson, we're going to play Cat, and now you beat us. And it was handed. It looks like it was handed. Like, it didn't look like we had a chance. It looked like we were off rhythm. So if you give them confidence going into the playoffs and we have to play them, it adds to the fact that I don't think they can beat us in a 7-game series. I just think they could give us a tougher matchup than the Bucks, because I don't think the Bucks have that level of grit, even though the Bucks do have Bobby Portis coming back. He's proven in the playoffs. Giannis is proven in the playoffs. Brook Lopez, these guys are all role players in the playoffs. They've done something. They came through. We know, Doc Rivers got something to prove. Giannis got something to prove. He plays like he got something to prove. Bobby Portis missed. He got suspended for 30 games. He's going to feel like he got something to prove. I just don't believe in what happened here? Who jumped out? Or the old Flea?
I did.
Okay. I just don't believe in Doc Rivers. I don't believe in the Bucks. They don't have that extra gear to win out and to grit it out against us. And in order to grit and grind with somebody, you still have to feel like you got players that can come through. Because a grit and grind game and CADE Cunningham showing you, hey, look, I could give you a spurt where I'm dropping 20 points in a quarter. Now we're matching mano a mano what Brunson can do, because we're not sure if Cat can really hold it down, create his own shots, and do what we think he can do. OG Anunoby, the last game, to your point, Brunson, Cat didn't get him involved. And he didn't play yesterday. Night off, Josh Hart night off. That's great. But I didn't like I didn't get to respond to that game. I didn't like what OG Anunoby did. I'm not going to blame Brunson. Julius Randle would have never allowed that. I'm going to take the ball. Anytime I get the ball, I'm going to just go be aggressive. Hey, Jalen, this is what I've been doing since you've been gone. Catch up. He played tentative. He played timid. I couldn't believe that. And Flea could respond to this better than me than I ever could think about it. But I'm just trying to put myself in his shoes. I'm around a bunch of dudes. If I'm making shots or I'm getting to the basket, I'm driving and kicking, I'm making progress, I'm putting them in foul trouble, there's something to OG being aggressive that I didn't like about that Boston game. The only thing I did like was that he wasn't playing Tatum for the whole game, because I'd rather Tatum not get any game film and not get any experience with OG Anunoby on him at the end of the year. I'd rather him, if we have to play Boston, hopefully, like AllBall saying, I agree with that point as well. Meet him in the conference finals. Try to be slick about this. Let's be strategic about this, which is not in Tom Thibodeau's MO, but that's what I want. Let's see if Tatum has less tape on OG Anunoby, less experience OG Anunoby guarding him. Now, does he go for this pump fake? Now you got to question that. Now you got to test all your skills in real time in the most challenging time period of the year. So is Tatum on another level? Hell yeah. He's ratcheted up a notch. He's gotten better, more of a closer, more of a killer. Since last we heard all that the Olympic talk in the summertime, that's crazy. Back to Detroit, is Cade Cunningham a killer yet? I don't know. And that's the point I wanted to get to real quick before let's intro that. ESPN trying to run amok already. Then not only are they saying that the Pistons are gonna beat us or have a chance of beating us, they're saying they got the better player in the series. This part I don't understand.
Worried about a first-round exit.
Yeah, they absolutely should. This Detroit Pistons is built to compete with this New York Knicks team. I think if you have these two teams in the playoffs, the best player on both teams is in Detroit. Cade Cunningham has dominated the Knicks on these last 3 games, averaging about 34 points.
Knicks be worried about a first.
And they cut him off real quick. Thank God. Oh, boy. Do you think that the Detroit Pistons will have the best player in the series if it was the Pistons and Knicks in the first round?
This is gonna hurt. Yes, but by default, because Brunson is coming off an injury. But if you want me to be honest and put my Knicks bias to the side, yes. Detroit would have the best player in the series. And what he's done to us the 3 times he's played us, I mean, Flea says it. I have to allude to what Flea said. Listen, history shows, history doesn't lie. The numbers don't lie. He owns us. There's nothing we can do with him. And, these young teams, when they gain and get that confidence, and then, you have a good coach that knows how to coach them. And, it's easy to coach against us. And right now they have all the confidence in the world. So, I just think, a lot of these platforms and networks, it's easy to, bet against or go against the Knicks. Do I think they can be a threat? Yes. Now, I don't think they can beat us. But to me, that's a separate conversation. But just to be honest and answer your question, yes. In the series, Detroit Pistons have the better player. But after that, we have the better players 2 through 5. After that, you have Brunson, Cat, OG, Bridges. So, the Knicks hate is real. But the way we've been playing basketball lately, I understand why people are saying we can lose this series in the first round. But it's just funny that we don't get the leeway everybody else get. We have the better team, we have the better roster, we have the more talented roster, so we should beat them. But we have to be careful because once again, their confidence is sky high. And last night was a playoff game for the Detroit Pistons. The way that crowd reacted, the way the team was reacting, they didn't care that OG and Hart and Mitch was out. They took that game very serious. So for me, like I said, I compare it to that Patriots Giants, where you let a team get that confidence against you, and it carries over into the playoffs. And we are playing a dangerous game. That's why I say last night we shouldn't have played nobody. So where now you can't get no film on none of the guys that you're going to be going against in the playoffs. But just to be honest, love my Knicks, but right now, Cade Cunningham would be the best player on the floor. But for me, if Brunson doesn't get injured and he's coming off an injury, then I would disagree. But right now, Brunson looking like he's a bit out of shape. Looks like he doesn't have his feet under him. Still look like, he has to work some things out. To me, that's why Cade would be the better player. But, let's not forget, man, hopefully Cat can turn the corner and be the Cat that we know he could be. But it hurts my feelings to say this, but Cade Cunningham kicks our ass when he plays us. So the 3 games he did play us, he was the best player on the floor. And they got the goddamn wins.
Flea, what you thinking?
You know, I think I'm kind of responsible for that question that you're asking right now, because I kind of said to y'all before we got on here that in any given night, if we play this team in a 7-game series, in any one of them games with Cat and Brunson on the floor, Cade could be the best player on the floor. It wouldn't. He would be almost head and shoulders better just because of the level that he could go to. Now, what did we watch Brunson do last playoffs? Be absolutely phenomenal, right? So we know what he is capable of. But this is a very, very different circumstance. Brunson was going into the playoffs last year fully healthy, revved it up towards the end of the season. He was basically unguardable going into the playoffs, and then did whatever he wanted to do against Philly, right? And so now we going into this playoffs, a completely different team, right? This is not the same team that we had going into last year's playoffs. Completely different ball club, right? We're going into this playoffs with a completely different defense, right? I've talked about that all season. We don't play good defense, a la last night, right? We up 62-56 at halftime, and like I said, the second half of that game we lose both quarters. Cat has 15 points in the fourth quarter, and at no point during that fourth quarter did I feel like we were going to win that game. So all I'm saying is that the level that this kid is playing at right now, we get it. They have no experience. We have to hope and pray that the lights are just a little too bright for him, and that his first playoff appearance, he struggles. That's what we're going to have to hope for. Because at the end of the day, if he comes in just duplicating what he's done all season long, they'll be in the series with us. King Speech, we love you up here, bro. But a Knicks in 5, I don't know about that one, big dog. I don't know about that one. This thing could very well go tough 6-game series. It could very well go we at the Garden on a Sunday for game 7. Like if very well go like that, just because of who we are on the defensive end and our lack of consistency with some of our best players. And because we are, devoid of a great coach. A decent coach, he's okay, but he's not great. And so now we're gonna have to worry about not having a great coach, inconsistent guys, and we don't play defense on a consistent 48-minute basis. That's a recipe for us to be in a dogfight, is all I'm saying. And if you're not going to defend that young man, he will put 35 to 40 on your head, like he's done all season long to us. Does JB Bickerstaff make great adjustments in the playoffs? It's yet to be seen. He hasn't done well in the playoffs. He's a great regular season coach. He did not adjust well against us 2 seasons ago when Mitch had his way against his 2 bigs. He didn't do well, right? Last season, he was in a 7-game series with Cleveland against Orlando. He allowed Orlando to take him 7 games. So if we get into a playoff series and, we got to do some chess and some jostling against Bickerstaff, I'm hoping that Tibbs could come out and put his dukes up and fight against a nigga that struggles in the playoffs. But we got some issues. And just to finally answer your question, I think I answered it already, Fabian, but on any given night, he could be the best player on the floor, for sure.
I think on any given night, he's shown that against anybody in the league. Cade Cunningham has.
Mm-hmm.
So has Jalen Brunson. And there's something to what Flea, AllBall, and Dime, shout out to Dime, always echoed about the playoffs. Like, that's nice in the regular season. We've yet to see the Detroit Pistons in the regular season in years. They're going through the same metamorphosis that we went through when Tom Thibodeau first got here. They needed to get a coach. They needed to get the right players around them. They're just starting off to be respectable, and they're turning around and being chippy. Shout out to Styles P, because everyone took that word and just never gave him any props for it.
Fabian, can I ask you a question while you keep going and you just add this in there? Is there something to say about this team who won 14 games last season, and this is the biggest turnaround in NBA history? What they're doing right now, from what they won to where they're at right now, is like they made history. Is there anything to say to that?
Well, I mean, Cade Cunningham having a leap because he missed that second year with the injury, and his third season was like people just say his third season is like his second season. I disagree with that. That's way different than just having a second year. You're coming back from an injury. I'm again, y'all could speak more to the doubt and the hurdle that you have to get past an injury and think you can make it back in the league, and you have to rehab and you're not even yourself and you're rehabbing with people that are NBA level, the doubt that creeps in. I always refer back to Jason Kidd when he sprained his ankle. He had an injury a surgery on his ankle when he was on the Suns, and he bleached his hair blonde, and he had an interview. I think I was 13 years old, and he said, yeah, I just don't have the confidence to plant my foot. And just to hear an athlete on that level talk about confidence and not having it, and that was Jason Kidd. For me, that's my favorite point guard. So I'm like, you doubting yourself? So for Cade Cunningham to go through that his second year, third year, he's the number one draft pick or top number one
He's number
one
one.
pick.
Number one.
He's one of the guys that have proven to be a number one pick for a reason. Brunson is not that. The fact that he's even in this conversation again is another accomplishment. Brunson was putting up Jordan numbers in the playoffs. Again, in case we forget. Michael Jordan, that's who he was compared to last year. That's what he was doing. He carried the Luka Doncic-less Dallas Mavericks for several games in the first round, helped get him to the conference finals. It's just too many challenges that he's been through in the playoffs where Cade hasn't gone through that yet. He just hasn't. We've seen the James Hardens of the world. We've seen the LeBrons of the world fail in the playoffs, and we doubt who they were. And LeBron is a GOAT. We've seen this. So when it comes to playoff performances, bro, that's a different realm entirely. And Cade is going to get a different look from the best defenses at the most stressful times. Everyone said they cut off the left side of the court for Brunson last playoffs against Philly. So he started going to the right. Oubre was bothering him. Destroyed Oubre. The only guy that gave him a problem last year on Philly was Batum, Nicholas Batum. That's it. I don't care what they were talking about. We watching the game. So Cade Cunningham has not had to deal with these things yet. So to ever utter the words, he's a better playoff performer than Jalen Brunson is like, number one, that's not a fact. And number two, I'm riding with my guy until denounced. Just not. I'm so proud of him. I don't doubt him. The other night you were disappointed with the inbounds pass from him, AllBall. Why do they have him as an inbounds passer? I used to say the same exact thing the first 100 times I saw Brunson inbounding the ball because he's 6 feet tall. And after a while, I was like, I don't even care anymore because that's what he does. He does that. Is inbound the ball with a 7'7" guy on him, and I couldn't believe it. He's just doing things that are unimaginable still to this point. And getting past Cade Cunningham, being a better player in the series versus Cade Cunningham, when he was already won against Joel Embiid and already won against Devin Booker, he's done this before. He's been there, done that. We riding with Brunson. And as far as the team thing, Flea, I think they know who they are way more than we know who we are. And that's a problem. That's a problem.
You cooking, you smoking right now. Go ahead. If you done, go, because that says a lot about who we are. That point right there. If that team knows exactly who they are, I always say about good teams that don't, like, a lot of good teams don't know how good they are. Like they just out there playing hard and trying to figure it out. But they know that their identity is playing tough defense. They know they start and end with Cade Cunningham, right? We the same narrative, like, like we always say, OG, no identity. Who are we as a Knicks team? If somebody was to stop you on the street right now and put a microphone in your face and say, OG, describe this Knicks team to us. Who are we? It's a night-by-night basis, right? It depends on who we play, who we going to get. So, back to you, OG.
No, Fabian, you was done?
No, I like our transition.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah, listen, y'all both killed that and made great points. It's just that.
Oh, wow.
His time would be impeccable. He's the greatest. He got to put his phone on Do Not Disturb so that when a phone call comes through, it don't get through. They got to double. If they really want you, they got to call you again. They got to double down.
Or maybe you never know because you put it on do not disturb. No, no, because you put it on do not disturb. People still get through because they'll call you 3 times in a row.
That's what I'm saying. If you gotta spin again. Like, let me call again because it went straight to voicemail, or maybe the service is bad. Let me call again. Nah.
But if they're calling again, to me, that's like within reason. Because if somebody's trying to get at me and they calling 3 times, all that means to me is they keeping their eyes on the prize, baby. Bubba.
You didn't want
Basketball,
to get caught. That's all. Go.
I know.
Go crazy.
I got you though.
Go
Basketball
crazy.
season is heating up, and PrizePicks is the best place to get real money action while watching your favorite sports. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Download the app today and get $50 instantly after you use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. Run your game.
Baby Bubba.
Come on, man. What we doing out here? Yeah, we're getting ready for the next game. Cleveland Cavaliers. They're benching a whole bunch of people.
That's in about a half hour, right?
Yeah. Let me get to hold on a second. I don't want to dip off my people's. SF Wisdom. Shout out to you, man, for your $9.99. He says food stamps came through. Hee. Ron Holland is a dog. Been watching him all year. I like him. Again, there's a lot of rookies that everyone doesn't talk about. They claim we don't talk about the rookies. They're calling even you calling Zachary Rassisi, whatever you how you say his name, a bum, which is insane.
Bum.
He can guard 1 through 4 already. He looks crazy.
Bum. Had a great
Amazing.
second half of the season. Great second half of the season.
Well, he got hurt. He missed like 15 games and he came back crazy.
He had 36 on one dribble the other night, right?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I just again, it's just having a feel for the game. It's just he's not scared. That's the one thing about him that I realized. Now, if you compare him to CADE, it's like, is he a number 1 pick? Like, because Castle to me could easily have been a number 1 pick. Easily. Stephon Castle looks.
If you took Stephon Castle at number 1, you'd probably be questioned for a little while until he turned into whatever. Like,
but Bill Simmons, we're gonna take your redrafting and we're gonna remix and put some sauce on it because you know you over there.
Nah, we've been doing that. That's not Bill shit. Don't glaze Bill. Like, we've been doing that redraft stuff way before Bill even.
I wasn't glazing Bill. I was punking Bill for his redraft. That's ours now. And
good. I like how you my Nick. That's my brother. You see how you spun that, y'all?
Come on, man. Straight back blocks of the Coliseum block. What you gonna do, Bill? Nothing. But I can see Stephon Castle being number 1. I'm like right now we have to pick one.
I love him just like you. You probably love him a little more, but number 1
is amazing.
Pick. Oof.
But because Rissa Shea, even though you know what, Rissa Shea is that good, but
he's
none
good.
of them.
You know I'm talking shit. He's good.
No, but I think we all also get confused that the number 1 pick has to be an All NBA player, and maybe there won't be one. Kenyon Martin is the only All NBA from his draft, right?
We just did that. We just did the math on that. That's probably the only. Kenyon Martin's draft is probably the only draft class to have in the last, because he 2000 or 2001. What's Kenyon?
2000.
That's probably the only draft class to have the least amount of all-stars in the last 25 years. Let's take a look. Because it's only Kenyon. Name me another all-star from Kenyon Martin's draft class. Hurry up.
I can't.
Because there's only 3.
There's an all-star there? Who?
Kenyon Martin, and then The only other two All-Stars from that draft are Jamal McGlure and Michael Redd.
Jamal McGlure is a crazy default
Disgusting.
All-Star.
Disgusting.
Michael Redd is well deserved. Another reason why George Karl is a jerk. More.
You can't play
examples.
Michael Redd over Ray Allen.
No, you don't play him over Ray Allen, but he was on that team. I know he talked about it though. You got rid of Ray Allen. You could have kept Ray Allen and just kept that team and just had, especially in the era that we're in, where you can't even, there's no hand checking, zone defense. Those are all both zone breakers. Michael Redd and Ray Allen on the same team and a backcourt would have been crazy.
At some point, you got to find a way to play Cassell, Allen, Redd, Robinson, Big Dog,
Trade Big Dog,
and whatever five you want to throw out there. Shit, at some points, if it was today, they could throw out lineups like Cassell, Ray Allen, Michael Redd, Glenn Robinson, and Tim Thomas, all on the floor at the same time. Crazy.
They played them. Right?
Like today, they could do that. You know what I mean? Like,
they played him. And Tim Thomas was on Philly, I think the same season when they traded him.
I think it was NCAA. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
that Bucks lineup was crazy. Shout out to Ryan. We used to play NBA 2K. We would pick the Bucks at the Bradley Center, and we would go back and forth. I'll pick AI and the 76ers. All ball. You are getting mighty famous out here, man. Mighty famous. I didn't know. Exclusive information. Jesus Christ. Yo, Flea.
What's up?
You talk the Varnell Hill. Get ready for the Varnell Hill impression. They making dolls out here of all ball, man. It's going crazy.
Nah, but that's the fit he had on the other day, and he was fly. I was about to call him about the green ones he had.
Hey, yo.
I said, "Ooh, them nasty."
Hold on. Is that my guy that sent that to you? Because that's not real.
Yo,
You know who sent
wow.
RP the illest. How did he do this?
Yo, big shout out RP. Man.
Big shout out to RP, yo. Dog, how did he do that?
Wow.
Yo, that's fire. That's fire.
It's getting crazy out here.
But OG, you was fly the other day. You was fly the other day.
Real quick, just a transition, real quick. That was the day I hung out with Kenny Anderson. He took me to the Nets game. Big shout out, big bro. Just to hold on.
You heard that?
Just to let everybody.
You heard that? Yeah, I'm just hanging out with Kenny Anderson and shit.
You know what I mean? Shit is nothing. Big shout out.
Yeah, talk to him.
No. Well, Flea.
Number 2 overall pick.
I just
NBA All-Star.
Hold on.
Cut me off while I'm talking about one of the greatest New York City players to ever come out of New York.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was hanging out with the number 2 overall pick, Bishop Malloy legend, Georgia Tech legend, drafted by the New Jersey Nets, NBA All-Star, Kenny Mr. Chips Anderson. Now, when I was hanging out with Big Bro, great time, big shout out to him. Laid the red carpet out family. We went to the Nets versus Minnesota game. Just to give y'all a heads up in the chat, we got a special live for y'all Monday afternoon with All Ball. The playoffs start Tuesday. Monday, we got Kenny Anderson on the live. We're going to be discussing the NBA playoffs. So Monday, 3 o'clock Eastern time, we got Kenny Anderson in the building. We are going to be discussing the NBA playoffs, which start Tuesday, because by Monday, we're going to know who's going to be playing who, what seeding, playing, bracket. So Monday, a special NBA playoff live edition, afternoons with All Ball. Kenny Anderson will be in the building.
And right on cue, we have big haters. Ace Boogie shows up. Y'all losing to the Pistons in the first round. Listen, man, we'll get into that on Monday. 3 p.m. we said All Ball?
Yes.
3 p.m.
Yes, sir.
With the great himself, Kenny Anderson. Big Queens.
You see what he's doing though, Fabian? You see how he just hangs
listen.
out? He goes to basketball games with Kenny Anderson. They get the red carpet because you know he's a former Net, so you know when they show up, it's what I mean? It's love. They walk in, it's love.
Hey, yo, hold on. Hold on. My guys in here, Vegas Showtime, that's family. Ace Boogie, what up? All y'all closet Detroit fans that hate our Knicks, I'm taking all bets. I'm taking all bets. All you niggas that think Detroit gonna beat us, I'm taking all bets. Whatever y'all want to bet, we winning. Yeah, that they winning. I'm taking the bet. Knicks is winning the first round. I don't care who we play. Look at this
Who
shit.
are the
Let's go
Lakers?
Pistons. This shit is disgusting.
Yeah. Who are the Lakers playing first round, Ace Boogie? That's what I want to know. Because y'all got the Lakers, they got the Lakers winning automatic. Like, word? LeBron's playing 7 games?
Right now, if it started today, they would play Golden State.
All I'm gonna say is this: Laker fans, we gotta find a spot. I want to watch every Lakers game in the playoffs with Laker fans. Watch this shit I'm about to do. We about to do some like. I'm gonna find a spot where every Lakers game I want to watch with Laker fans. So all you niggas that live in New York, find a spot in Manhattan somewhere. Yeah, and let's get right to it. Bum
Yo,
ass
Flea, I
Lakers.
think
I'm sorry.
Go crazy.
whoever wins the bet gets a free AllBall Knicks doll.
Yo, they wild
After
OG out. Why they got it with the long socks? They got it with the long socks. Good number. That's a good number. That's my high school number. That's a good number right there. Allen Houston.
Oh, man.
Good number.
why they say somebody said, yo, why they missing the mustache?
Yo, y'all are so foul. Y'all lucky I love y'all, man. Oh, y'all lucky.
That's great. RP rolling today.
Cuzzo.
Family.
My favorite cousin, Mookie in the building. Nina, what's up? Love you to death. Yes.
Come on, man. Allen Houston, number 20. King's Speech. Yes, doubleheader today. We will be in the building after the game, post game. Your favorite trio, Three Musketeers. What we thinking about going into this game though against Cleveland? I know we don't have to expect much. We know AllBall wants to go crazy on Tibbs for not for being more decisive. Are we throwing the game or we not? AllBall, what you thinking going into the Cleveland game?
My honest opinion, we should throw the game. So meaning like I don't think the starters should play. Yeah. At this point, we got to do this thing, listen, by any means necessary. We got to do what we got to do to get to the finals, to the conference finals. I think tonight we shouldn't play our starters. Yeah, I don't think we should play our starters. I think, Brunson and Cat last night looked like they need rest. Let's just be honest. I told you, Flea, it's hard to defend Tibbs, man, and I'm not going to make this about him, but I think, tonight, I don't think we should play our guys.
Monkey wrench on your neck right now. Monkey wrench on your neck right now.
Listen, Monkey is his family, but I'm saying for tonight, play everybody for what? For what?
Hold on, real quick. Tori, we love, beloved Knicks fans. I always got something on New York Knicks. Like I love my team. Them niggas piss me off, though.
All right, so let me ask the chat something, right? What do y'all want this season? It's called chess, not checkers. Why not try to duck Boston in the second round? Why not? I don't care we play in the first round, because it's still a possibility if we get the 4th seed, we can still play Detroit in the first round, because they only 2 games behind Milwaukee, and Milwaukee and Detroit play each other for the last 2 games. I'm not worried about the first round. Everybody else could be worried. I'm worried about the second round. I do not want to run into Boston in the second round. So for me, what's the purpose of playing our guys tonight? To risk getting injured? It's on a back-to-back. Everybody else is resting their stars. Are we the only idiots? See, this is the problem with Knicks fans and Knicks and just everything Knicks. We always want to go left when everybody's going right. What the fuck are we playing our starters for tonight? For what? For what? How do you hate resting your players the last 2 games of the season? This ain't the 3rd game of the season. It's the last 2 games of the season. Yo, listen, I'm being honest. I don't understand us, and I don't even try no more. But go ahead and put all the starters in tonight and let somebody fuck around and tweak an ankle. Go ahead. Go ahead. It don't make no sense. This is why we will never win a championship until we get the right mindset. And this is what I meant by the other day. Us as a basketball organization our IQ is like this. 0. We have the lowest IQ when it comes to coaching and playing basketball on the court. Because what's the purpose of us playing tonight? What? Are we going to play the starters against the Brooklyn Nets as well? We might as well do that too. Like, come on, man. It don't make no sense. Last 2 games of the season, sit out. Get some rest. We have a tough first round, whether we play Milwaukee or Detroit. If you don't think we're going to need all our dogs rested and healthy in this first round, okay. Okay. Because y'all going to be the same ones in the chat talking about, oh, niggas is tired. Tibbs this, Tibbs that. Nah, so go ahead. Play everybody tonight. Give them what they want. Give them what they want. Come on, man.
With getting back a 100% healthy OG Anunoby, with trading whatever we traded for Mikal Bridges, and trading for multiple-time All-Star Karl Anthony Towns, if we lose out for the remainder of the season, we will have had the same record we had last year. Just wanted to throw that out there. And we did a lot, and we came up with the same result. Go ahead.
Just quick question, Fabian. All jokes aside, I'm looking at the chat. I can see it a little bit. What us winning tonight or us playing everybody, right? Knowing that Cleveland tonight, most likely Donovan Mitchell Garland is not playing. What's the purpose of playing everybody tonight? Your opinion.
For a last hope to save y'all asses for that take that we were a better team than last year. For that's the reason why you play them. Because we got worse than last year. Because Flea just admitted we're gonna have the same record as last year. And oh, by the way, OG got here in January, not September like Cat. Yeah, the gloating is beginning to percolate, in the words of Clyde Frazier. That's why, old ball, because they have to save their face from that disaster of a trade and several trades that they had. Mikal Bridges, the Grimes trade. Let's talk about it, man. We weren't talking like this last year around this time. That's why we're desperate. You talking about ducking the Celtics into the conference finals. We were talking about Celtics any given time, any given day. Where y'all want to link up at? Boston Garden, Madison Square Garden. What you want to do? Madison Square Park? Where you want to meet up at, Jason Tatum? How you feeling? That's why they got to save their face. Leon Rose, they know they messed up. The cat trade was a debacle. We have no identity. None. Still. And we are in game 79. That's why. Because you have to prove yourself against the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are the number 1 seed. Leapfrogged everybody all of a sudden. That was supposed to be us. But we didn't leapfrog, man. And now we're struggling against the Detroit Pistons. What an amazing turnaround, man. Round of applause for Leon Rose.
No. Hold on. No. I'm not gonna let you do that. We're not gonna do that. To be fair, Detroit Pistons is a good team. They got a good coach and they have a superstar. Like, come on, bro. Let's not act like. I mean, that. Let y'all tell it. Hold on. Let y'all tell it.
No. Stand on what you're saying.
No.
Thank you.
I'm going.
Flea, talk to him, Flea.
I'm going off y'all. Let y'all tell it. Y'all been panicking, shaking in y'all boots all week about the Detroit Pistons. So you can make that face all you want. Yeah, you can respond too. Yeah.
Yo.
Now all of a sudden they got a superstar and the all NBA caliber. This is why they keep. This is how you got. Listen, this personality and the Dapper Dan Gucci flip flops on out of control. This is how you end up with dolls like this. You just keep going and mastering the game.
He's getting flyer.
Hey yo, Nada, don't give me that mustache. Now hold on, that the fit is me.
The fit me, OG.
Hey, RP, lighten up the mustache. Lighten up the mustache.
Lighten it a little bit. Just a little bit. You got the Charlie Chaplin going on right now. It's nasty.
Yeah. Lighten that up.
Nah. AllBall Sun Tzu is looking crazy.
The
orange
Ron
and
Jeremy
green
right
fitted
now.
is crazy. The Ron Jeremy.
The Ron Jeremy is crazy. It's crazy.
Out of control. Out of control.
Yeah, I know y'all had to think about real quick. Who the hell Ron Jeremy?
Cheech. They call
That
him
one
Cheech.
got OG.
Oh.
The Ron Jeremy got him. That one got him.
Cheech is crazy.
Man.
I mean,
No.
Kate Cunningham looks like a superstar against us. Can we admit that? What he's averaging a 34 triple-double?
Who doesn't?
Come
Ron
on, man.
Holland had 10 points in the fourth quarter last night. Or
I
10 in the
Ron
third
Holland?
or something like that.
Yeah, no, he had 10 in the third. In the fourth quarter, he had 10 in the fourth. The fourth.
Bugged out last night.
Who doesn't look like a superstar against us? You ain't saying nothing.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, man. I think the
Yes,
CAD
great.
trade.
You know, I'm sorry. Kate Cunningham had 4 fouls in the third quarter, had 5 in the beginning of the fourth. This guy, Tom Thibodeau, man. I'm not. You know what? You guys did such a great job of evading the Tom Thibodeau conversation.
So you scheme to go at him, right? Who are you going to use to go at him? Bridges is a bitch. Bridges is a bitch, and OG is not in the game. So who are you going to use to go at him? Brunson?
Right, exactly.
Miles McBride did, and he missed 10 shots in the second half. So like, what you going to do? What we going to do?
We've done a great job of evading the focus on Tom Thibodeau, which is a great point. What player on the court is going to take it upon themselves to go, hold on a second. He has 5 fouls.
Go at him.
Why do you need the coach to tell you everything?
The guy who has it rolling the best on offense has the most fouls. Let's do this and get him out the game by going at him. Let's do that.
No, yo, Flea, no screens. Screen. Give the ball to Cat. Screen until we get Kate on him. Is that hard? Hold on, can I say that like that?
No. We just started letting Cat try to go one-on-one against Isaiah Stewart, and we just finally found out that he's not stronger than Isaiah Stewart. If you didn't know that yet last night, ladies and gentlemen, Karl Anthony Towns is not as strong as Isaiah Stewart. He's just not. That was apparent last night, all game long.
Listen, man. You know, I hear what everybody's saying. The initial question about tonight. We have a week off, and I think including if we don't play in these next 2 games, that's damn near 2 weeks off. I think that would mean a lot for the starters, because we have to be honest. Coming into these playoffs, the starters are going to play hella minutes. Right now, Mitch isn't fully healthy. Brunson, Deuce coming off an injury. OG looked like he nagged his thumb a little bit. So I think we need all the rest we can get. I do not see the purpose of playing our guys tonight and against Brooklyn. I just don't see it. And yes, one thing I'm always do is be honest. I always lie, but I'm definitely going to be honest. I'm going to duck Boston in that second round. Once again, I don't, just got to be honest. I want to get to a conference finals, and all you guys and gals talking about played it. Nah, for what? It doesn't make sense to risk anything at this point. It just doesn't, Flea. I think if we want to go by the literary sense of what you said, new team, new players, and we didn't have a drop off, same record. I think that's a plus.
I like that perspective too. It's not a bad perspective.
So for me, Fabian over here wanted to be the stickler.
Shorty on national TV said Knicks fans have the Knicks standards. Our bar is in hell. Like, our standards are like in hell. This is some white girl on TV earlier, and I was just dying laughing, because as much as I wanted to say, Shorty, shut up. You right. Like, she's so right. Like you always say, OG, like, this shit was funny as hell. Second round niggas. Y'all a bunch of second round niggas. Remember you saying that? Bunch of second round. Like, our standard is such in hell. The bar.
I'm sick of y'all, man. I'm sick of. No, it wasn't. Our standard last year was not in hell. Our standard last year was, if we were healthy, we could beat anybody.
Talking about right
Even
now.
right now, fully healthy. We're saying Tom Thibodeau's about to mess this up. That's what we all think right now. Our standards are not ridiculous. Last year we had every reason to be confident.
OG's point is for us to have a completely different new team off of what I said, and for us to come back and have the same exact record we had last year is just looking at it on the other side of the perspective. That's all.
It's no drop off. We had 2 All-Stars starting in the All-Star game. At one time, Cat was playing the best basketball he's ever played. Brunson is up for Mr. Clutch of the Year. So I'm just trying to figure out where's the drop off. So are we going to risk all of that for the last 2 games? Let guys get healthy. Let guys get some rest because we have a tough playoff series coming up, whether it's Detroit or Milwaukee. And we need guys fully healthy and engaged. We need game planning. We need strategy. We need a lot because we cannot expect OG to guard Giannis or Cade Cunningham for the whole duration of a game and then expect him to give us 15 to 20 a night. We're going to need everybody at their full potential. So for me to risk playing guys last night and tonight doesn't make no sense. Why would we play our starters if Donovan Mitchell and Garland and maybe Mobley isn't playing? For what? For what? If we beat them, we still didn't beat a good team because they didn't have their best players. Let's gear up and get ready for the playoffs because we will be right back to being a laughing stock if we lose in the first round. God forbid, knock on wood, somebody gets injured tonight or against Ball or Brooklyn. For what? For what? Tory B said something that we alluded to early in the live. Brunson came back for those accolades. Let's be realistic. And that's my point. I've been saying, what are we playing for? What are we going to start playing to be champions? He came back so he can get those accolades. And go ahead and risk his snap. Go ahead, Fabian. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Brunson had to play 20 minutes in 2 games and 15 minutes in another 2 games. So he don't necessarily have to play all like a bunch of minutes, but there's like you got to meet a certain point to make to qualify for whatever postseason awards he's trying to get. Now, to be fair, the postseason awards do affect the incentives that you got built into your contract. So we always talk about him taking less money to allow other people to do what they do, but on the other side of it, the other way he got to make it back up is by being a All NBA player, by being winning a postseason award. So I don't know which one we really want more than the other. I don't know, but at the end of the day, if you one of the 16 teams coming into the playoffs right now, you ain't healthy. There ain't one team that's going into the playoffs right now, 1 through 8 in the West and 1 through 8 in the East, that's fully healthy. Everybody banged up, everybody nicked up, everybody fucked up. It's about who's ready to come and play and really who the better team is. And I don't know if the Knicks are that this year. So
Now, I don't understand what the big deal is about Jalen Brunson trying to work his way back after turning down $100 million and not getting 65 games. He has earned every right to do that. Nobody else on his team can ever talk about trying to play for an accolade. Mitchell Robert, whoever, Cat, none of them could do that. Jalen Brunson, if you want to go play and get those 65 games, that to me doesn't make you selfish. You're injured, and we would have been had the 65 games on smash, and it wouldn't have meant nothing if we would have had 1 more games and had a better team or had a better outlook, better production from everybody else throughout the season. This wouldn't even be a conversation. But if he doesn't play 65 games, doesn't get his All NBAs, whatever it is, he can't go get that $250, $300 million $300 million contract, and that ain't right. He already turned down $100 million. Why should he, a little guard that everyone always alludes to, he got that on his back every single damn week, it seems like, from the media, whoever it is, he has earned the right to try to prove himself to go get that contract, and he has to go play the 65 games to get that. Because without it, he doesn't have a chance at the at the $300-400 million.
So I nobody's a bigger Brunson stan than me, but I don't mean to burst nobody's bubble. Pause. Dallas just told Luca, we not giving you 350. You think somebody's going to give Brunson 300-400? Just honestly?
The Knicks look like they would have, right? And even if it's not 300 or 400 million, at least my cap is 300 or 400 million instead of 250, 200. I'm not gonna sit here and turn down $150 million because I should not be selfish. When I think it all lines up too. It's not just that the 65 games, bro. He's out of shape. It just so happens to be that he is getting into shape while getting the 65 games. But
Hold on, Fabian. Hold on, Fabian. I apologize, cut you off, which I always do. I apologize. My thing is this: he came back. It ain't like he came back and we had 15 games left. He's making no difference. To me, it's not worth the risk. Bro, he can re-injure himself. He came back with 3-4 games left, 5 games left. Bro, sit out. Sit out. Get healthy.
you see how he looks. So you'd rather see this in the first round against the Detroit or the Bucks, even the Pacers? I'm asking. You would
No,
rather
no,
see him go through the rehab against them, because that's what it would be. That would be rehab games during the playoffs in the first round, a competitive first round. Because you think the Bucks are scary too.
I mean, go ahead, Flea. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I mean, for a player, the guy got to get his wind back. He got to get his rhythm back. He got to get just. He's not that type of guy to where you just throw him out there and expect him to go back to who he was pre this ankle injury. So, no, I agree with you, OG. You playing the dude at a time that's really not going to make a difference, right? It's not going to make or break anything, him playing right now. But at the end of the day, if we start this series and he's slow and he's shooting the ball poorly, he doesn't have any legs, he can't be effective. He's really just trying to play himself into shape. And we in the 2-2 series going to game 5 with a series tied. Right? And now the expectations are higher because he is an all-star. He is the captain. He is the guy that we're gonna look to. And that type of pressure coming off an injury and not like we could very well be in a dogfight series and expecting, to get what we get out of him.
But even him fully healthy, we're still going to be in a dogfight. I mean, I'm just going off of the perspective of what everybody is saying with Detroit. So I'm just saying, these games that he's been playing, I just think he's risking getting injured again. It's not worth it. Like I said, it's not like he has 10 to 15 games to get himself in shape. It's not that. I'm saying whatever you're doing off the court, it's not working. Bro, stay in the gym and do whatever it is you got to do to get in shape. But what he's doing on the court now, like how he looked last night, and you only got 2, you telling me 2 more games is going to help him get in basketball shape in the next week? No, to me, it's going to risk him getting injured. That's just my belief.
Especially if he plays the first half of a game and they sit him down. I could see that too. They do that in football.
But they're not doing that. Fabian, he's playing. He played 29 minutes last night, and he was in the game in the fourth quarter.
And that's what it needs to be. Like, so, you get a little bit of both, like OG is saying. Don't play him extended minutes so that he has the opportunity to get hurt, but also give him an opportunity to just feel the basketball court, right? Get wind up on you, run up and down a couple of times, get bumped a little bit, just to get we about to be in a physical series no matter who we play. If we play Milwaukee, I know everybody would much rather play them, but they're going to be physical. They know Brunson is coming off. We don't like Doc Rivers as a coach. Regardless of what y'all say, Doc Rivers is going to know. He's coming off an injury. We got to put him in position to guard. We got to put him in position to take tough shots, right? Like, so, I don't know. That's a really, really tough call. I really would love to, literally hear what Jalen Brunson has to say about playing. Like, from his perspective, what does that look like? Like, are you? Because one, like you saying, OG, one slight move to the rim and he turned it again. He's done for the playoffs. He's done for the rest of the year.
I'm not a doctor, nowhere near a physician. I never played at that level. I don't know what it is to deal with that type of injury.
Right.
And I can be wrong, but I'm just saying for me, a guy that's been proven that knows the game, talk about Jalen Brunson. I think we need him fully healthy. I'd rather him try to get into a rhythm the first game of a playoff series and work himself. I think the other guys can help him out instead of trying to get your rhythm in 2-3 games and fuck around and re-injure your ankle. I'm sorry. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. Like I said, if it was 10, 15 games before the playoffs, that may be enough time. As we see, it's not enough because Mitchell Robinson is still trying to work himself into basketball shape and trying to get right. I'm just saying we have time on our hands. We have a week before the playoffs and we have another 4-5 days. Why not take that for rest, for rehab, and just stay in the gym? Stay working up a sweat, stay in the gym. I just don't like it. I understand what people saying with the rhythm. I think that's overrated. Um, like I said, I said this a while ago. I need everybody healthy. Simple. I need everybody healthy. For us to be okay and to make this push, we need everybody healthy. And I don't see the purpose of playing him tonight and against Brooklyn. I just don't see it. I don't see the purpose of CADE playing. I didn't see the purpose of them playing last night, other than one reason. Like Fabian said, to get them 65 games so, they can, have a chance at those awards. That's what this is all about. Let's not sugarcoat it. Because if that wasn't up for Mr. Clutch and all of those things, he wouldn't be playing.
Well, I also got to be fair, AllBall, because you don't know the ins and outs. Because some things they remain low. There is an anonymous roommate that just got exposed. Jalen Brunson hanging out way too much with this guy right here, man.
Yo, RP got to be stopped, man.
He's rolling today.
Hold on. And I peeped the aluminum for you hat. Yeah, bring that back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, I gotta jump, fellas.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all tonight.
Oh, can I ask y'all a question? All jokes aside, if Cleveland don't play their players, are we discussing that game tonight?
If we lose, what you got to say? Nothing.
I want us to lose. What are you talking about? Bye, Flea. Get out of here, man. Bye. He always got to come with a good response to have somebody flabbergasted.
Yo, RP, why you got me looking like Nori out here? What?
Oh shit! Oh shit! This AI shit is crazy.
What is this?
Nah.
Listen, I'm seeing everybody in the comments. Listen, I just want us to be in the playoffs healthy. Us winning these next 2 games or losing these next 2 games. I listen, bro. I don't care. I need us healthy. I didn't like how Brunson looked last night. He looked gassed. He looked a little, and he just looked discombobulated. We need a reset, bro. Need a reset. Now the Dominican Ken doll is crazy.
It's crazy.
Now the Dominican Big Papi doll is crazy. Look. Nah, Flea look like the Dominican Big Papi doll, bro.
He wild me out right now.
Flea looks like Nori.
Yo.
Nori with the new teeth. Shout out to NORP.
Yo,
I'm just
all people.
He said, "Nah, that's Calvin from Pay the Fool." No, you can't call nobody Calvin. There's only one girl like Calvin. Yeah.
He said, Mr. Miss Tips. This is for the groceries.
The groceries.
We going out to eat.
Hey y'all,
she be right with you, Calvin.
Tonight we'll be reacting to the game. Come on, man. Yo, stream y'all. Why are you playing? Give me my drops, man.
Playing themselves.
Yeah, because I can't even get to this without the help button being in the way.
Ball suckers.
Big Flea, never the little one.
Can't wait for us to beat Detroit. All these closet Detroit fans all over the world. All of a sudden, what is these niggas gonna say when we smoke these niggas' boots?
We got to
They
sweep
what?
them.
No. You know it's gonna be the excuse, right? They too young. Watch the excuses. This shit is gonna be comical.
I hope they don't run to that, because if we sweep them, that's a
Of
statement.
course. What do you mean? What else you think they gonna run to? You know what they gonna do.
That's crazy.
Oh, my bad, Laturia. That lineup played together. You saw the game. Not a stitch of urgency. Down 6. We were walking it up. Y'all know, like I know, they didn't care.
Now ain't the time to not care, baby. Now
Catnam was in the game down the stretch, trying to get in ones, trying to climb back. Tory B, I love you, but you wrong. They was trying to win that game. Cut it out. Cut that out. Listen, we could trick out. Listen, we gotta stop trying to fool ourselves. All I'm saying is, Fabian, we are playing a dangerous game. Last night, playing against a Detroit team that's physical. Somebody could have got injured. A foot could have got stepped on. All I'm saying is Brunson looked out of whack. A couple times where he got ran over. It's just like, yo, let's reboot. Let's reboot. We have a tough series ahead of us, no matter who it is. I'm telling y'all right now, if we are not healthy, go ahead. Let's play everybody tonight while nobody's playing for Cleveland. Let's go.
Detroit's so together. They playing football before the game.
What?
They literally running football plays on the basketball court. The whole team, not just a couple of them. The whole team I'm watching right now, going through warm-ups. They just listen. The cohesion, man, that matters when you're rolling into the playoffs. Just saying.
They running a post pattern.
Kick you niggas' ass.
Yo, get us out of here, man.
After the game, Knicks rehab another one, double header. We ain't playing no game like old school baseball. I might throw the link in the chat. You know, all boys out of here. He ain't going with no link in the chat and in the post game. He gonna be like, "Oh, word, my Wi-Fi got messed up." AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.